As promised, I've gone through all 50 states and I've come up with some really strange, crazy, weird, unusual rules, laws that I don't think a lot of people know about, and I doubt anyone's really enforcing them. So first of all, we're going to start this list alphabetically. So if you don't want to listen to the whole thing and you want to kind of skip ahead to your state, it's all alphabetical. Go ahead and do that. Also, leave comments to any laws that you don't hear in this list that you think are crazy, weird, unusual, whatever. Go ahead and also leave comments down below. So here goes. First, we start out with the state of Alabama. Bear wrestling matches are prohibited. However, incestuous marriages are legal. So you can marry your daughter, your son, or whatever. It's also illegal to impersonate a person of the clergy. It is illegal to maim oneself to escape duty. Masks are not prohibited to be worn in public. It's considered an offense to open an umbrella on a street for fear that it may spook the horses. Women are able to retain all property they owned prior to marriage in the case of divorce. However, this provision does not apply to men. It is illegal to sell peanuts in Lee County after sundown on Wednesdays. It is illegal for a driver to be blindfolded while operating a vehicle. Some of these laws, I don't know why they came into place. There should be common sense. Dominoes may not be played on Sunday. It is illegal to wear a fake mustache that causes laughter in church. Putting salt on a railroad track may be punishable by death. Boogers may not be flicked into the wind. It is legal to drive the wrong way down a one-way street if you have a lantern attached to the front of your automobile. You must have windshield wipers on your car. You may not have an ice cream cone in your back pocket at any time. Now we're going to go into specific city laws in the state of Alabama. These are just a few. In Anniston, you may not wear blue jeans down Noble Street. In Auburn, no person may spit on the floor of a church. It is illegal to bike, roller skate, skateboard, or inline skate in a commercially zoned area. Men who deflower virgins, regardless of age or marital status, may face up to 5 years in jail. Now we're going to go to the next state, and we have Alaska is the next in the alphabet. Here's some dumb laws in Alaska. Moose may not be viewed from an airplane. While it is legal to shoot bears, waking a sleeping bear for the purpose of taking a photograph is prohibited. It is considered an offense to push a live moose out of a moving airplane. Here's some city laws that are also kind of strange. In Anchorage, no one may tie their pet dog to the roof of a car. No one may string wire across any road. Persons may not live in a trailer as it is actually being hauled across the city. Now in Fairbanks, still in Alaska, it's considered an offense to feed an alcoholic beverage to a moose. A person may only carry a concealed slingshot if that person has received the appropriate license. It is against the law to attempt to break any law in the Title IX of the Code of Public Morals, Peace, or Welfare. So they actually have a law saying it's against the law to break the law. Employers of bars may not let their bartenders serve while they are drunk themselves. And then we go to Juneau, Alaska. Owners of flamingos may not let their pet into barbershops. Buildings that preserve scenic vistas are awarded bonus points by the government. Now we move on to Nome, Alaska. One may not roam the city with a bow and arrows. In Soldotna, Alaska, persons may not allow an attractive nuisance to exist. Now we move alphabetically to the next state here. We've got dumb laws in Arizona. Donkeys cannot sleep in bathtubs. A Class 2 misdemeanor occurs if one places a mark upon a flag which is likely to provoke physical retaliation. It is illegal to manufacture imitation cocaine. When being attacked by a criminal or burglar, you may only protect yourself with the same weapon that the other person possesses. It is unlawful to refuse a person a glass of water. You may not have more than 2 dildos in a house. Hunting camels are prohibited. Any misdemeanor committed while wearing a red mask is considered a felony. It is up to 25 years in prison for cutting down a cactus. Now we go to the city laws in Arizona, if those weren't crazy enough for you. In Globe, Arizona, cards may not be played in the street with a Native American. In Hayden, Arizona, if you bother the cottontails or bullfrogs, you could be fined. In Maricopa County, no more than 6 girls may live in any house. In Mesa, Arizona, it is illegal to smoke cigarettes within 15 feet of a public place unless you have a Class 12 liquor license. In Mauve County, Arizona, a decree declares that anyone caught stealing soap must wash himself with it until it is all used up. In Nogloss, Arizona, an ordinance prohibits the wearing of suspenders. In Prescott, Arizona, no one is permitted to ride their horse up the stairs of the county courthouse. In Tempe, Arizona, one must be 18 years old to buy spray paint. In Tombstone, Arizona, it is illegal for men and women over the age of 18 to have less than 1 missing tooth visible when smiling. In Tucson, Arizona, women may not wear pants. Now we move on to Arkansas. In Arkansas, it is strictly prohibited to pronounce Arkansas incorrectly. Oral sex is considered to be sodomy. Alligators may not be kept in bathtubs. The Arkansas River can rise no higher than to the Main Street Bridge in Little Rock. School teachers who bob their hair will not get a raise. A man can beat his wife no more than once a month. Now we go to the city laws in Arkansas. First, we start with Fayetteville, Arkansas. It is illegal to kill any living creature. In Little Rock, Arkansas, honking one's car horn at a sandwich shop after 9 p.m. is against the law. No one may suddenly start or stop their car at a McDonald's. Dogs may not bark after 6 p.m. Flirtation between men and women on the streets of Little Rock may result in a 30-day jail term. It is unlawful to walk one's cow down Main Street after 1 p.m. on Sunday. Now we're out of the A's and we're on to the C's. Dumb laws in California. Prison workers will no longer be allowed to have sex with the inmates. Film producers must have permission from a pediatrician before filming a child under the age of 1 month. It is unlawful to let a dog pursue a bear or a bobcat at any time. In San Jose and Sunnyvale, it is illegal for grocery stores to provide plastic bags. You may only throw a frisbee at the beach in Los Angeles County, California, with the lifeguard's permission first. Animals are banned from mating publicly within 1,500 feet of a tavern, school, or place of worship. Public bathhouses are against the law. There is also a state law saying that sunshine is guaranteed. It is also a misdemeanor to shoot any kind of game from a moving vehicle unless that target is a whale. Women may not drive while wearing a housecoat. No vehicle without a driver may exceed 60 miles per hour. Now we're going to go into the city laws of California. We're going to start in Alhambra, California. You cannot leave your car on the street overnight without first obtaining a proper permit. In Arcadia, California, peacocks have the right-of-way to cross the street, including your driveway. In Baldwin, California, nobody is allowed to ride a bicycle in a swimming pool. In Belvedere, California, City Council orders reads, "No dog shall be in a public place without its master on a leash." In Blythe, California, you are not permitted to wear cowboy boots unless you already own at least 2 cows. In Burlingame, California, it is illegal to spit except on baseball diamonds. In Carmel, California, a man can't go outside without wearing a jacket and pants that do not match. Ice cream may only be eaten while standing on the sidewalk. This was actually repealed when Clint Eastwood was mayor of California. Let's see. Women may not wear high heels while in the city limits of Carmel. Now we're going to move on to another state here. Dumb laws in Colorado. One may not mutilate a rock in a state park. It is illegal to ride a horse while under the influence. Tags may be ripped off of pillows and mattresses. Car dealers may not show cars on Sunday. It is illegal for liquor stores to sell food or grocery stores to sell any alcohol except beer that is at most 3. Don't really understand what that means. Let's see. No liquor may be sold on Sundays or election days. This was actually repealed in 2008. Now we have the city laws in California. Or, sorry, that was my bad. City laws in Colorado. We already said California. We'll start in Alamosa, Colorado. Persons may not urinate in public. Throwing missiles at a car is illegal. Keeping a house where unmarried persons are allowed to have sex is prohibited. To own a dog over 3 months of age, one must obtain a license. In Arvada, Colorado, establishments which sell alcohol must have enough lighting to read text inside them. In Aspen, Colorado, catapults may not be fired at buildings. Sounds like that one's a real problem. In Boulder, Colorado, couches may not be placed on outside porches. It's also legal to challenge a police officer, but only until he or she asks you to actually stop. It is illegal to permit one's llama to graze on city property. Also in Boulder, Colorado, boulders may not be rolled on city property. In Colorado Springs, Colorado, it is permissible to wear a holstered 6-gun within city limits, except on Sunday, election days, or holidays. In Cripple Creek, Colorado, it is illegal to bring your horse or pack mule above the ground floor of any building. That one sounds like that would definitely be a problem. There we go. In Denver, Colorado, it is illegal to mistreat rats. In Denver, Colorado, the dog catcher must notify dogs of impounding by posting for 3 consecutive days a notice on a tree in the city park and along a public road running through the said park. Because dogs need to know if there's a dog catcher in the area. Now we have dumb laws in Connecticut. Let's see. Town records may not be kept where liquor is sold. It is illegal to dispose of used razor blades. And then it used to be illegal to buy alcohol after 9 p.m. or on Sundays after noon on Sunday, but that has been repealed. It is illegal to discharge a firearm from a public highway in Connecticut. You can be stopped by the police for biking over 65 miles per hour in Connecticut. In order for a pickle to officially be considered a pickle, it must first bounce. Now here's some city laws in Connecticut. In Devon, Connecticut, it is unlawful to walk backwards after sunset. In Guilford, Connecticut, only white Christmas lights are allowed for display. In Hartford, Connecticut, you aren't allowed to cross a street while walking on your hands. You may not educate a dog, and it is also illegal for a man to kiss his wife on Sundays. In Meriden, Connecticut, the use of a bean whistle in public is prohibited. In New Britain, Connecticut, it is illegal for fire trucks to exceed 25 miles per hour, even when going to a fire. In Rocky Hill, Connecticut, an arcade may not have more than a total of 4 amusement devices, such as ping pong tables, pinball machines, or shuffleboard tables. In Southington, Connecticut, silly string is illegal. In Waterbury, Connecticut, it is illegal for any beautician to hum, whistle, or sing while working on a customer. Now we're going to go ahead and go to the next state here, dumb laws in Delaware. Rated R movies are illegal to be shown at drive-in theaters. It is illegal to fly over any body of water unless one is carrying sufficient supplies of food and drink. Now we're going to go ahead and get into, looks like, the city laws in Delaware. In Lewes, it is illegal to wear pants that are firm-fitting around the waist. It is illegal to get married on a dare. It is actually grounds for annulment. In Rehoboth Beach, no person shall pretend to sleep on a bench on the boardwalk. Changing into or out of a bathing suit in a public restroom is prohibited. And 6-year-old girls may not run around without being fully clothed. Alcohol may not be served in nightclubs if dancing is occurring on the premises at the same time. No person shall change clothes in his or her vehicle. On Halloween, children may only trick or treat from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And if Halloween falls on a Sunday, they must trick or treat on October 30th during the same time interval. I don't know how you could get it done that quick. Also in Delaware, one may not whisper in church. In Lewes, sorry. Then in South Bethany, Delaware, all persons must carry a bag with them at all times when they walk their dog, in case the said dog poops, or they risk a $100 fine. Now we're going to go ahead and move to another state here, Florida. At one time in Florida, all computers and smartphones in internet cafes were actually banned. The term motor vehicle was revised to exclude swamp buggies, deregulating actually the primary mode of transportation for a lot of that state area. It was also illegal for a doctor to ask a patient whether they own a gun. This was actually repealed, though I don't know why a doctor would ask you if you own a gun. The state constitution actually allows for freedom of speech, a trial by jury, and pregnant pigs to not be confined in cages. One may not commit any unnatural acts with another person. Unmarried couples may not commit lewd acts and live together in the same residence. Corrupting the public morals is defined as a nuisance and is declared a misdemeanor offense. Doors of all public buildings must open outwards. It is illegal in the state of Florida to sell your children. It is illegal to sing in a public place while attired in a swimsuit. Men may not be seen in public in any kind of strapless gown in Florida. Having sexual relations with a porcupine is illegal in Florida. I don't want to know about that one. It is illegal to skateboard without a license. When having sex, only the missionary position is legal in the state of Florida. You may not fart in a public place after 6 p.m. in Florida. It is considered a misdemeanor to shower naked in the state of Florida. You are not allowed to break more than 3 dishes per day or chip the edges of more than 4 cups and or saucers per day in the state of Florida. Women may be fined for falling asleep under a hairdryer as can also the salon owner. Oral sex is illegal in the state of Florida. A special law is written up that prohibits unmarried women from parachuting on Sunday, or she shall risk arrest, fine, and jailing. Looks like I didn't put any of the city laws there, so if you want to leave them below, go ahead and do that. We got dumb laws in Georgia. You cannot live on a boat for more than 30 days during the calendar year, even if you are just passing through the state. If an organization non-registered has nonprofit fails to register their raffle with the local sheriff, that group risks paying up to a $10,000 in fines and actually spending up to 5 years in jail. Now, Georgia operates its own lottery, but it states that it protects its citizens by making it illegal to promote any private lottery. Let's see, the term sadomasochistic abuse is defined so broadly in the state of Georgia, that it could possibly be applied to a person handcuffing another in a clown suit. All sex toys are banned in the state of Georgia. Signs are required to be written in English. No one may carry an ice cream cone in their back pocket if it is Sunday. It is illegal to use profanity in front of a dead body which lies in a funeral home or in a coroner's office. Members of a state assembly cannot be ticketed for speeding while the state assembly is in session. Donkeys may not be kept in bathtubs. Now we're going to go to the city laws of Georgia. In Ackworth, all citizens must own their own rake. In Athens, Clarke County, adult bookstores may not sell alcohol. Also, if you want to read your favorite book in public to your friend, you have to do it before 2:45 a.m. Massage businesses may not sell alcohol on the side. It is illegal to sell 2 beers for one price. For example, a bar cannot run a 2 Bud Lights for $5 special. Though being forced to close your business, Athens Clarke actually does that same thing that we mentioned in a previous video, that they have to purchase a going out of business license. Goldfish may not be given away to entice someone to enter a game of bingo. Owners of mules may not allow their animal to roam around Athens unsupervised. Persons under the age of 16 may not play pinball after 11 p.m. It is illegal for one to make a disturbing sound at the fair. Looks like since we're almost at 30 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and stop this one and start it up on the next. Thank you.